All right, so today we coming to you with another episode of Auto Glass Tech Talk, and we taking it out to Colorado. We got a super special guest. This guy needs no introduction. He's no nonsense. I call him the Godfather, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the man with the coolest swag. He gives out shot glasses. This is Gary. So what's good, Gary?
What's up, gentlemen?
Good morning, Gary.
Morning.
So, thank you for coming on. Good morning.
Yep. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
I want to give a shout out real quick to Korey over here. I don't know if y'all knew today is his birthday. So, woo, woo. Happy birthday, Korey.
Appreciate
it. All right. Hell yeah.
No
all right, Gary. So let's see. We got a old school technique versus a new school technique. What's your go-to? What are you normally doing now? I know you got the bat, but I know you love the cold knives and everything still.
In any given day, man, I use it all. I use my bat. I use pipe knives, literal conduit pipe knives.
Homemade pipe
old
knife.
Schools.
Yeah.
I got 3 sizes, man, depending on what I need. My go-to tool pretty much for every car is my snap-on hook. I use it for a little something on everything. And my old school clip tool, I remove even new clips.
It does work.
It's like an appendage. It's part of my hand. I use it
there you go.
Clipping, whatever. Scratching my back.
So,
Whack with me, he knows.
Oh yeah. No, I have had the privilege of riding around in Gary's old but still very reliable van.
Yeah, I've got to ride in the van too. Gary's van hauls ass.
Didn't you get to ride in the paddy wagon in the back of it behind the cage?
That was Foss's probably.
Oh, okay. I remember somebody was with us and someone had to get sit in the back behind the cage.
They opened up the door and Matt popped out and grabbed me. It was like being abducted.
Oh yeah, in Indiana, I remember that.
That's right, Indiana.
So Gary, when did you start installing glass? What year was it, and how old were you?
I was 18. I'm not real clear if it was toward the end of 86 or early part of 87. So back there.
So, all right. So
air was 60 pounds lighter.
So I'm assuming then you started laying butyl down before shooting urethane, I'm assuming. Is that a correct assumption?
On some of them, like the 404s, definitely. Anything that came with just urethane, typically we shortcut it, You just lay a round bead on top of the old glue and away you go.
Yeah. I mean,
they were still using silicone back then.
Silicone, Jesus Christ. So
I was at Safelight, we had urethane, but there were still companies using black silicone.
So you started at Safelight in the 80s?
Yep.
All right, so you're probably using like old Tremco or something.
No, we used PTI, which is now Dow.
Because when I started at Safelight in the 90s, they were using Tremco, and that stuff was water. You have to do a quick cut because you couldn't even stand up to anything. It was just inside the car.
Back then.
Yeah. So a lot of guys, older guys, they complain that and usually these guys aren't even installing it anymore, but they always said the butyl was better because it was easier and this and that. I mean, you've been through it. I've been through it a little bit. You've been through it. So what do you think about the old tech sealants versus new adhesives of today's cars?
Yeah, I never cared for cleaning up butyl. I don't like it. I put it on a slide or bolt in something or another. But yeah, I'm a urethane guy, man, and I like the high viscosity. Like I said, I go back and forth between old and new, but I use the better of the two, period.
Makes sense.
I do, even though you don't like my cocking gun. I use what works best.
Ryobi works for you.
Right. And you want, as far as the adhesive goes, you want the best for your customer. I don't, you know, got a picture of my son's car the month after I put his windshield in. His buddy rolled it 3 times.
None of
the windshield came out.
Saturn, right? That's a Saturn, right?
It was a Mitsubishi Galant.
Oh, okay.
And actually, the only part of the car that wasn't completely flat was right over the driver's seat. It was like God was holding it up a little bit.
Wow.
But none of the
I've seen those pictures.
Yeah.
What urethane did you use on there?
See, I had it over the weekend, so I probably used P to G plus.
Okay.
Because it was just kind of sit in my garage for several days, so I didn't, you know, spend the money on the 1 hour.
Yeah. That's good. That's strong.
Yeah. I mean, if it's got the right time to cure, that's the thing, is people don't give the urethanes the proper time to cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I see guys out here slapping 838 on cars and telling customers, have a good day, hit the road.
Out here too, dude. All the
I know.
companies.
And that, you know, that kind of will segue into the next question Chris has got for you about kind of like going into cheap glues.
Yeah, I guess this will go into the cheap glue a little bit. So what I guess like versus really Elite versus Safelight versus doing sub work versus being self-employed. You know, what's advantages, disadvantages?
Well, let's see. Safelight and Elite. Elite definitely was a better company. Our motto was take care of the employee, and the employee will take care of your customers. You don't have to worry about them. And
Okay.
that's what they did. They were, you know, I'm not going to say innovators, but they were the only company out here doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They took really good care. We were highly paid, respected, all new equipment all the time. It was a good company. And, you know,
so that was after Safelight. So you started at Safelight and then went to Elite after that?
Yeah, I started the Safelight, like I said, probably 96. And then in April, actually, at 94, went to Elite and stayed there exactly 10 years to the day and opened up my own.
Okay.
Nice.
So Elite lasted that long between all the merging and Belron takeovers and all that?
So when I'm not sure when they started, but in 91 we had a giant hailstorm here, and they were smart enough to just jump all over it, and it put them on the map. They opened up several stores right after that, and then I left in 04 because I could just, I don't know, I could feel the temperature in the air. Something was changing. And after I left, they cut out manager bonuses and this and that and the other thing, and sold to Belron. And, you know, a year and a half, almost 2 years after that, Belron bought Safelight again. You know, they ran them out of business in the 90s, bankrupted them.
Yep. Yeah, you sniffed that one out.
Yeah. And what about sub? I know Colorado has a lot of subs like Arizona. So what about subbing versus being self-employed? Because I hear guys say, oh, well, when I'm subbing, I don't have to worry about finding the jobs, or I don't have to worry about messing with insurance companies. I just get the quick buck. So I get that. But I know you've built your business up. I've worked with you. I see your clientele. I see the relationships you have with your customers. What's the advantages of being a full-fledged self-employed shop like yourself versus just being a sub guy?
Well, I don't like being told what the fuck to do. So,
yeah,
you know, I have to get subbed out. I you know, in the beginning, I had my own company and subbed as well.
Okay.
You know,
I think that's how we all start.
Yeah. And I made, you know, I charged them $100 per job, so I didn't get as much as the guy that'll do them for 50.
Right.
But I got the more elite jobs because of it, and that's what I like to do. You know, I don't do grubby work.
I had to been better.
But
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think aside from the financial benefits, you know, being able to make more money, but I hate being told what part I have to use and when I have to go do a job and this and that. And even when people think they're self-employed as being a sub, basically you're just somebody's, you know, you're just a higher paid employee, you know, because you still got to use what they give you and go where they tell you.
Right. You have, there's some advantages to it over being a complete and total employee like Safelight. But, you know, each his own. You can make money doing it. I prefer to be on my own. And I'm kind of in the minority here. I didn't start this business so that I could work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I started it when my kids were still small enough. I wanted to be off early and go to all their programs, pick them up at school, go in a little later, make sure I seen them before they went to school. And, and now we're empty nesters and I'm home at 2 usually, hanging out with my wife. I like it.
So what time do you typically start your day up? Cause you say you finish around 2. What time do you start up?
It really depends on if I got glass the day before, I leave the house about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
If I have to wait on it, glass doesn't get here usually between 8 and 9:30, depending on who they've got ahead of me on the run.
Okay.
Nice.
So you get all your parts delivered? Because I mean, I've been to where you're at, and I know where the warehouses are. I still don't really exactly know how far away the warehouses are in contrast to your house.
When you stayed at my place, we were probably 25 minutes from the warehouse, and I have moved 45 minutes north of that. Where we used to live.
Ooh, so you're on like an hour 15.
Well, I know when highway about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the flow of traffic. But I'd rather it just be delivered up here, and I have coffee.
So you get one delivery a day, or how does the delivery work?
I can get 2.
Okay.
But I'm pretty good in my day that I only need 1 delivery a day, or even better, 1 delivery every couple days.
Okay.
Is that from Frank, Auto Glass, Colorado, or is that it is? Okay. Does Migrant Pilkington deliver to your house?
PPG or PPGW will. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Migrant would if I bought glass from them. I don't like them.
Oh, okay.
They're service. I go there maybe once or twice a year.
I know what's crazy about Migrant is how they're so vastly different across the country. You see, like Chris has been out here to Arizona. We have like awesome warehouses, and they're nice. and they're close, relative to where the city is. Then you see pictures of like back east, and it looks like you're going to a slaughterhouse. So, and I know Chris has got good warehouses by him in California, but traffic is probably just the bear for you, right, Chris, over there?
Yeah. Oh, it is. I mean, they're only like, I got like 5 warehouses within, maybe 40 miles or so, but during traffic, they're all like an hour and a half away still.
Yeah. California traffic ain't no joke.
All right, so sticking with the warehouse thing, I got a question for you, Gary. I saw a post yesterday, so I'm scrolling, didn't read all of it, but look like at Frank's at the place they can you can throw your glass away. So how does that really work, or what was happening there?
It's just there's a lot of low end companies, I guess I'd call them, doing glass for 120 or whatnot, and it could be higher end companies too. People just don't care, but they just throw their shit on the ground. Looks like they're dumping their trash cans on the ground next to the dumpster. It's I don't get it. But
the dumpster's there. Basically, every distributor has a dumpster for you to throw your glass away, and that's free of charge.
Well, it's getting slimmer. Like PGW got rid of theirs, probably for this reason. And Frank, he's a good guy. He takes care of us, so I don't understand where the disrespect comes from. I've gotten with a couple of their customers down there.
I got a question for Chris and Gary. You guys are both in states that are a little more progressive, a little leaning left, so to speak. I'm not trying to get political, but do you guys have the at the warehouses the big bins where they collect the glass for recycling? Because out here at Pilkington and not PGW, but Pilkington and Migrant, they both have recycling bins just for the windshields versus throwing everything in the same trash can.
No, we don't have that here.
Yeah, we talked about that before. I've actually talked to Migrant about it a couple times, just because you would think of all places, California would have a glass recycling program.
Right.
Of all the states, maybe New York too, but of all the states, California, you'd expect California to have, but nope, nowhere. You can't even find a company to do it. I had a guy call me a couple years ago asking if I could gather people to save their windshields so he could come pick them up and recycle them. And I'm like, we don't really do that out here, bro. Like, but it's
as far as I understand, the company does it here. They don't charge the warehouses anything for it.
Yeah,
they just come and pick it up and take
money off it.
Yeah,
they bring it down.
I could be wrong, but from what I've heard out here is that the company actually uses them for asphalt. That they grind it up for the noise deafening asphalt. So,
Well, that would make sense because they say I remember back in the day, J.N. Phillips did a big study on recycling glass, and they were saying how time consuming and expensive it is because you have to separate the laminate from the glass first, then you can recycle the glass. So I think it might just be time and money. And
I think they're just. I think I know what you're talking about because I heard that at Safelight too. That it was just too expensive to do it. That's why they didn't do it. But I don't think this company's actually technically recycling it. They're just repurposing.
Oh, repurposing. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So it's not like that. It's recycling, but it's not really recycling the way we think of it.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. I got the homie shirt on, and this question will kind of go into that because the Grand Wizard of the ProSet is probably the biggest beater of the round bead drum. What's your take? Round bead versus V bead?
Honestly, if done right, either bead works well. I should have drawn a picture. There's a couple disadvantages to each. The round bead, you lay a round bead on your pinch weld, and very little is touching the pinch weld until it's pushed down, whereas a V bead is pushed into at least one surface, whether you put it on the glass or the pinch weld. You just got to make sure your bead's big enough on that. The thing with the round bead, and I've been a witness, or at least called up as a witness for a lawsuit out here. If you lay a round bead, you don't want to go to court and say that you laid a round. And the reason being, it's not illegal to put it down, but your glue companies, since it's in their literature, that's an out for them. If you laid a round bead and they recommend a V bead, they will not back you with their $1 million plus.
That's true story.
Yeah.
I actually was approached by a couple different reps, and they were advising me that even though I know I'm doing my job correctly, that I should remove anything off social media, acting a fool, laying as they call it, Texas Lasso down on some cars, and I get it because I've just recently sat in a whole week-long lawsuit. Lawyers are good. Yep. There's a reason they make a lot of money. Right. They're really smart. So
after anything that's in print, if you have a training manual and in print it says to do one thing and you opt to do something else, you're considered a rebel, and they're going to take you down.
Oh yeah, real quick, real quick.
For that, and laying both beads, if you change your speed, you're going to get a shorter bead no matter what you do. So you got to be consistent, and that seems to be the only problem. You'd be going along at one level and speed up a little bit, and the bead drops.
Yesterday I had to do a 2019 Atlas, and that is probably the smallest pinch weld and smallest bead of glue I've ever seen on a car. And trying to lay a bead that tiny, holy moly! I get you.
Recut your tip to be smaller.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. As I left that job, I'm like, next time I'm making my own smaller bead because I use Express 30 and they give you the pre-cut tips. I usually just use those for everything, but man, that was a whole different ball of wax right there.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so I got a question for you, Gary. So going back to the whole ProSet Tool, shout out to Christian and Jamie, the Fosters, and everybody ProSet, Team ProSet. And what's the hashtag ProSet or no set? But one thing that I see that's big with you, Gary, in the community of AGTT, that you always, and in all the windshield repair groups and replacement groups, you give knowledge. You actually share your videos of you actually doing work. So can you give a little take on how you actually record your videos? What's your process when you're going through it to help others?
Well, I just find a place to put my camera, and thanks to Korey with my Delta kit, I got the mount for the curing light. It works perfect for the
yes, it does.
Phone holder.
Yeah, I usually put it inside my van aim because I park right in front of the car, and I just try and get a clear view and do the best I can to explain without dropping too many F-bombs if I can.
Yeah.
I like to show the ease of the tool. I'm an older guy and not really set in my ways, I guess. Christian called me one day. I was going to buy you'll have to excuse me, I was going to buy a Rolodeck.
Oh boy.
And happened to be talking to Foss on the phone, because we go way back. And he said, let me send you something. And he sent me literally 2 videos. That's all I watched and was able to use it right out of the box. I mean, it's that easy of a tool. And thought I'd just share that with everybody without asking Christian's permission. And it kind of blew up. And he had to get his shit together and start a company.
Turning into all this now.
Crap, now we have to manufacture these things, big numbers. Jeff actually was one of our first guys that, got on my ass about it. He didn't think it was going to be worth the shit, but
Yep.
being
True
the
story.
guy that you put up or shut up. We put one in his hands, and the rest is history.
There you go. Yep.
He shut up.
Yeah, I got louder, but
He got louder, but on our side.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. I changed teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely true story.
Yeah, I see all your videos. It helps a lot of people, and that's the whole thing with AGTT is that it's all about helping other people and putting information out for others to do better, because if you know better, you do better. So shout out to you and everybody else who always dropping videos to actually help others, because sometimes you can say it or you can type it, but a video is priceless when you can just show the real true technique.
Well, and
Feel free to call us. I probably get 2 or 3 calls a week asking for advice on it. Keep that up. You can call me, Jeff, or Foss, or even Drift. Drift knows how to use the damn thing pretty well.
the good thing about videos like yours and the ones that Chris does and myself is that they're raw. They're not some studio setting. They're not 5 takes and get the errors out. And we've all posted videos where we fucked up. We've all fucked up, and we posted the videos full exposure.
A little bit. That was rough. That one without the hood.
Oh yeah. Still, that's still a set I can't get that one. I've never been able to get that one. The roof set of the ProSet.
I've done one. Once.
Christian calls mine he says it's a hold my beer video is what I do.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, hold my beer, watch me.
That's a tip for everyone right there. If you're ready to make your video, you just got to tell yourself, hold my beer, bitch. Put your camera down and make a video.
There you go.
And post it. Don't be afraid. Just post it up, even if it's a mess up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so let's switch gears up a little bit and let's ask a couple other random questions. So my first question for you is, I see a lot of guys post pictures of where they eat lunch at and what they do. So what's a good spot for you eating lunch during the week?
Yeah, generally, I'm hitting fast food, but I like to once a week. If we're not in lockdown, I like to go to Tilted Kilt or Hooters or have a little visual with my meal.
There you go, a little visual. So you got the Throwback Thursday photo from Hooters. Do you remember what year that was when you had the picture in front of the band?
Oh God, that's probably 6 years ago or so.
Okay.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Before I knew you, Gary, and all I saw was a picture, I'm like, man, this guy's a douchebag.
Well, yeah. I remember our first conversation. You told me something like that.
Hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. But man, that was a funny picture. That just tripped me out. But you're a good guy, Gary. I love you, buddy. You're a brother.
Jamie likes me. I am not a douchebag.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. She has a very good douchebag meter.
Jamie don't put up with that shit.
No, that's true. All right, I got a question for you. Since you're an old guy, you're one of the older guys in the group. Old Spice or Musk?
I prefer Old Spice, but my wife said it makes her think of her dad, so my go-to is Stetson.
Stetson, there you go.
And then she bought me this whole set for, what was it, Valentine's Day last year. It's a new company for men's soaps and all this. It's called Ballsy.
Ballsy.
Yeah, dude, it's got body wash, but it's called Sack Scrub, and it's all this.
Jesus.
I'm like, what, you trying to tell me something? And she's like, nah, I just thought it'd be fun.
All right, so another question for you. Are you mullet or bald? Which one you prefer?
Back in the 90s, I had a mullet when my little girl was, baby. But now, I'm saving money.
Saving money, there you go. Saving money. So how you feeling with Drift looking like a pirate and looking like Captain Morgan? You feeling?
My hair is getting longer. Look, we got 3 baldies right now, and I got the one long hair.
Well, Chris, when I first met you, you had the glorious mullet. I remember
Oh,
you had
it was
that
good.
kicking mullet.
Oh, yeah, it was long, you know. It was long. I was rocking it.
Hey, so Gary, I can see your half finished man cave in the back. When are we going to get some of your some legendary videos with the hood pop and the bottle opener and some new videos in the new bigger man cave? Because I know your new man cave is about double in size. It seems like.
Yeah, it's pretty good size. I don't know, man. I posted that video again, and I thought maybe I should make a follow up, but I'll have to think about how I'm going to go with that. Pretty much covered all the bases with the first one.
Well, one last question before we get you out of here, Gary. What you got any good jobs today, or what you got lined up to be working on today?
I've only got 2 jobs, but hopefully I'll make about $800 on the 2 of them. So,
Okay.
To me, that's a good day.
That's a good day. Ain't nothing wrong
That's
with
a good
that.
day.
What kind of cars do you got today?
Toyota something or another at a body shop. I don't remember what it is, but they gave me a pre-approved price, and it's a crazy amount. So I said, yes, I will be there.
Hear that?
All right. Well, Drift, you got anything you working on today?
Today, man, I got to order for those sneeze guards.
Okay.
I got to order for 20 of them, and believe it or not, finding the polycarbonate right now is not easy either. We're jumping here, jumping there, but yeah, we got 20 of them coming up, big little jobs. So
Okay.
I'm knocking those out today, and we got a few things on the schedule.
Okay. What about you, Jeff? You got anything good you working on today?
Nah, I mean, I got a couple fleets, a couple Transavans, and some gross, nasty 1658s, and then a brand new pilot mixed in there. I've been doing a bunch of new stuff lately, but then today all of a sudden my fleets called me, so I gotta do that stuff today. So it's work. I can't complain. I'm pretty busy.
On the dirty clothes.
At least everybody working, making money, getting busy, and everybody in the group, when you watch the video, if you're working on something that's interesting, shout it out. Let us know what you're working on, and we appreciate everybody for their time, and appreciate you guys. So we won't hold you any farther. So keep hustling and have a good day.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Gary.
All right, appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday, Korey.
All right,
Happy
appreciate
birthday,
it,
Korey. Woo!
All right, appreciate it.
Guys.